Hey, good morning, everyone. I made it back. How's everybody doing? What a great day yesterday for those that were long. Nice job, man. What a difference. I don't think it has anything to do with what Mr. Powell said. What I think it has to do with is the market. They're in the know now. They know. Market doesn't like surprises. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Anyway, so here's a SPY. Come on, 490. I'm still rooting for 490 and Mr. Sean there. So it looks like we're. Let me move this out of the way real quick. We'll get to that in a minute. Looks like we're taking on this top up here. What day is this? What is this? The 22nd of last month. So it looks like we're taking that on right now. I got to tell you, I see that path, and we're just going to use 490 because that's just kind of a fun little kind of a bet we've got going on. I wouldn't call it a bet at all, actually. Just a fun little thing we have going on here in the room. And so let's root for 490. Remember, as we move up from here, let's see, green. As we move up, we're going to have good days, and you're likely to have not so good days. You're going to have good days, and you're likely not going to have a few good days. So keep that in mind. It's not just a straight little, but boom, there we go. And at any given time, you know that some bad news could happen, and we could sneak down. So mind your P's and Q's. Don't be overweight one way or direction. Don't be don't put all the marbles into one basket. Okay, so take a look at this. You guys, I've showed this, and a lot of you have this. So you guys know what it was. Here we were 80% red, and now we're 80% green. 73% red, where it was 73% green. Crazy! What a big turnaround. I would have to say the bulls are thoroughly happy here, and let's go get them. Let's go get them. One thing I want to mention, that I've got just a small handful of charts. There's so many charts out there now, you could almost throw a dart and hit something and make a little bit of money. Almost, not quite, but almost. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Even if we make it to the number, I'm just going to assume everybody's shooting for that here because of our little game we're playing. Even if we head up that direction, and even if we make it, it doesn't mean, well, I still think as we're up in this area, we need to be sharpening our shorting skills. I do believe that it's coming, and I do believe we need to be on top of it. So let's keep that in mind. Watch the charts, watch for those signals, watch for those clues that may give us that. Okay, one of the stocks I've got on the watch list this morning that I thought was really nice, it's actually moved up a little bit more, I guess, is this CTSH. Yeah, CTSH. Put a little line right there, going across, grab those highs, grabs this highs. You can see it's broken out. So what I'm going to look for here is, where do I think this chart can go? There's all kinds of ways you can do this. You can put fib lines on it if you want, things like that. You can make targets up if you want. You can put a target right there, and I don't think you would be necessarily wrong. Okay, because when it comes down to it, we're going to follow price. We're not going to buy it. At least I'm not. I'm not going to buy it just because it's a gap up. I'm going to wait for it to set up into one of the type of setups I like, such as a 3/8 trap, or a simple pullback below its highest high, and I use the past 5 days. So I'm going to be waiting for this. I'm going to put this on the watch list because it's running too much now. it may take a couple of days here for it to pull back, and it might not even start pulling back till it gets up here. And when it does, that's where I'll start looking for that entry on the pullback or the next breakout. So CTSH, I think, is setting up quite well. HIMX, no stranger. No one here should be a stranger to it. It was on the watch list a couple days ago, and it's still working out, very, very nice. Yesterday, anybody that was in it, it could have definitely shook you out of it, but the bulls are coming back. They're back in town. Nice rounded bottom here. Here we've rallied up. We're taking on this whole top area here. Once we get past that, then I think we've got smooth sailing up into this area here. Now, I see the 200. Might be hard for you to see it. I keep it quite dimmed down on my charts because I just don't need to stare at it all day. There's the 200 period moving average right there. So I might just go ahead and just move up to that line. And then I think I'll put the buy box up here like this. And I'll wait to be alerted using the live trading alert scanner or stock scanner. I just call it stock scanner a lot. I'll wait to be alerted when it's in my buy area. And then let's look at some targets. I'm kind of thinking right here, I'm going to use these two candles where they kind of meet. We've got a little bit of an argument right in this area. I can see some argument and fighting between mom and dad here. So I think 1350 is a smart area for a line to shoot for, not necessarily some big old target, just a line to shoot for. I'm also going to look at 1460. I'm going to look at this area right there. I see, look how we moved up to it, failed, broke through, failed. Just a lot of testing around that line. So I'm thinking 1460 might be a nice little idea there. TSCO, what a beautiful chart. Now, if you've been in the trading room for the last handful of days, just a few days, we've talked about this one a few times. This is a nice little pop out of the box here, and it's popped out. We can draw a line here. I'm going to go right to this top because here we've broken out and it appears that we've stabilized. That makes that a nice little trade. Makes that, it gives us the conviction, the confidence that the bulls are still very much into this chart, and the probabilities of going higher are very, very good. So from here, we'll trade price moving up. Yeah. TMUS. I believe TMUS was on the watch list yesterday, and it's still an excellent looking chart. It was either yesterday or the day before. No, it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. We've got a rounded bottom breakout, a nice little inverted head and shoulders here. Here's your shoulder, here's your head, and there's your shoulder here. And we've come up from a low to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high. Now, this is a rounded bottom breakout, so I'm going to use targets like this right here. These are going to be two main targets. And then from there, I'll certainly watch price over here on the left. So I'll put something in there about like that. So that might be some pretty nice targets there. I want to mention here, just right after I take a drink of coffee. It was yeah. Had a fun time last night. It was cool. I'll tell everybody about it later. So when we're looking at charts, the hardest part is not finding the charts. I mean, you have to know what to look for. You know, the type of charts you want. You have to decide what's trash, what's not trash. You have to decide, you know, looking at TMUS here, you know, does the chart pattern, does it point to a higher move? Overall, that is not the hard part. What the hard part is having that the strength to make that entry and to trade that trade. And we talked about this, I believe it was yesterday. Sorry, I'm a little short on sleep last night, so I may be a little foggy here till I have a bit more coffee. But if we do something like make sure the SPY or your indice of choice, or all the indices for that matter, if you want, make sure they're doing what you want. Something bullish. So if yesterday didn't go all so well and we were down, then this chart would be going against you if you were planning on trading TMUS here. So I think it's in our benefit to have your indice of choice, or all of them, or multiple of them. It's your game. You decide what you want. Have them in your going the right direction for you, and then that helps build confidence. And then have an entry plan. This is important. Have an entry plan. And the entry plan, by the way, it doesn't always have to be you've got to get down at the bottom, where the mud, blood, and the beer is. Well, there is not a doggone problem with buying this thing over 119.50 here. Not one problem, as long as you have a plan in there. Now, my plan is I like to use the 3/8 trap. That's one that I like. I also like to use a T-line 17 trap. I like to do that. I like to buy charts that are below the highest high in 5 days, which is nothing more than a trap, except it might not actually be in a trap to qualify for that below the highest high in 5 days. Take this chart right here. Here we have a low. Here we have a high. Right there could have been a buy. It could have been. Now, if your rule is, well, I only buy above the T-line, then wait for that rule. In other words, have that plan. That's so important. Have a system. Have a system that you can go to each and every time, and make little tweaks every now and then to tune it up. But don't do overhauls. Overhauls kill you. Just little tweaks. Sorry, I get carried away there. Here's CVS. I think CVS is still a fantastic looking chart here. We've broken out. We've rallied up. Here we've come back. We're testing the T-line. This thing looks like it's ready to rock and roll even higher. I'm going to put the buy box in there. I'm going to go a little bit. Well, let's just put 2 buy boxes. There we go. I'm going to use that candle, this low, and then put another one. As far as I'm concerned, it's a buy anywhere in one of those 2 boxes. Now it just has to be on your rules. Is it a breakout? Is it a slight pullback? Is it on an intraday chart maybe? Apple, I think Apple's still cruising right along. Outside of some bum days, bum pair of days maybe, it's still trending nice. So here we've got a bullish J-hook. All a J-hook is, by the way, is just simply a continuation pattern. That's all it is. So here we rally up, we pull back to test, to bring in new buyers, whatever you want to call it. You can make up what you want. Stung by a bumblebee right there if you want. Chart pattern, and here we go up. Once we break out, there we are. So nice little J-hook continuation pattern that was stung by a bumblebee. There's a whole new name for a chart pattern for you if you want. But all it is that continuation pattern. Now, the one of the things that we struggle with, let me go get my tools here. Let's see, Eclipse. That's what I want. Let's make it this color. One of the things that we struggle with is, well, all right, that looks all fine and dandy, but how do I catch that trade down there? Newsflash, you don't. People that do that rarely make money at the end of the year. I got to tell you, people that do that rarely make money at the end of the year, unless you're some kind of investor. If you are a swing trader, people don't make money doing that. They really, really don't. Oh, they have a winning trade. No question about it. Oh man, I bought it down here. It rallied up here. Man, I just made 129% on this. Yeah, what about the other 42 that you lost money on? See? So in the end, they really don't make money. Marvel. Marvel's an excellent looking chart right here. Here's a beautiful gap up. Here we come back and test the 17 area. See, right there is a nice 817 trap. Here's a Morningstar signal. Here we are over the T-line. What a beautiful trade. Perfect stop on this chart for me would be something, start with the middle of yesterday's candle, maybe even drop it down. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Drop it down to the low of what is this, Thursday? Is it today Thursday? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Tuesday's candle here, anything below 86.40 would not be so good. Beautiful J-hook continuation pattern setting up. Some people might want to wait till it breaks out. Nothing in the world is wrong with that at all. Good trading, everybody. I want to say thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me. And I'll be back here in about 14 minutes when the market opens up, and we'll see what we can do. Later.